Hi guys, and welcome back to another video where today we're going to be predicting the scores and results for week 16 of the 2018-2019 Premier League season. Now of course we're in the middle of a very busy period at the moment. There's matches taking place tonight, there was matches last night as well, so we haven't actually got a roundup of the week 15. So what we're going to do, we're going to bundle that all together along with week 16 in next week's video, which will be the predictions for week 17, and we'll also do the usual fantasy football roundup as well. So without further ado, let's just crack on and get stuck into week 16.
Okay, so first up we have the midday kickoff between Bournemouth and Liverpool at the Vitality. Now, Bournemouth they did get the win last time around against Huddersfield. They did dip in form a lot prior to that game. Liverpool won narrowly 1-0 in the last time around against Everton.
Playing away against Burnley this evening, as at the time of this video.
At the time of recording, yes. Very lucky Liverpool. Jordan Pickford, what was he doing? But I think this is going to be a comfortable Liverpool win, and I think it's going to be 3-1. Yeah, I can't see anything other than a Liverpool victory myself as well. Bournemouth winning last night, you know, they could get a goal down there at the Vitality, but I fully expect the power of Liverpool, you know, the pace that they've got. I know that Bournemouth got pace as well, but I fully expect Liverpool to win this one 2-0. Next up, we've got Arsenal against Huddersfield. Arsenal having a magnificent victory in the North London derby against Tottenham last weekend. They got Manchester United this evening. Very excited. Well, Arsenal fans are very excited to see that game as well. Could this be the end of Mourinho tonight? We never know. We'll have to wait and see. But I think Arsenal have just got too much class, too much pace, too much power for Huddersfield. Huddersfield not doing too bad. They're down in 17th position, just outside the relegation zone at the moment. But I think Arsenal are going to win this one 3-0 very comfortably. Interesting. Yeah, I think this is going to be an extremely comfortable Arsenal win. I think Huddersfield are very lucky to be in 17th at the moment, even though they have been somewhat, I guess, picking up form. But I think this is just going to be, it's in Arsenal, it's going to be a 4-0 win. 4-0, okay, one more than me then. Next up we have Burnley v Brighton. Burnley not having a good season, haven't won in over 6 games, losing last time out. They're playing at the moment against Liverpool, I believe. Yeah. Brighton, of course, they beat Crystal Palace in the derby yesterday. That was a very good victory for them. I think this is going to be Brighton's game. Sat comfortably in 10th position. Their run is going to continue, and I think it's going to be a 2-1 away win.
An away win, yeah. I'm not that fussed on Brighton's away form. I think Burnley going to be resolute. I'm not sure that, well, that we're not expecting them to do anything against Liverpool this evening. I think this is the type of fixture that they can get something out of, and I'm actually going to go for a 1-1 draw up there at Turf Moor in this fixture for me. Next up, we've got Cardiff City against Southampton at the Cardiff City Stadium at 3 o'clock on Saturday afternoon. This is going to be Southampton's new boss's first game in charge, Ralph Hasenhüttl. I think he's there in the stands. Tottenham this evening, probably just keeping an eye on things, you know, mulling over his players really. But yeah, at the Cardiff City Stadium on Saturday, Cardiff lost 3-1 last night against West Ham. West Ham really, you could say, had too much quality for Cardiff, although Cardiff should have scored that penalty. Yeah. If they had done, then you know it would have been a different game, and they should have had a second penalty as well if there was a foul on Morrison there. And also last week at home, Cardiff at the moment are looking strong, beating Wolves in a very good victory too. But however, I think new manager coming into Southampton, they are quite resolute. They gained that 2-2 draw against Manchester United when they were 2-0 up. So I think this one's going to end up in a draw, and I'm going to say a 1-1.
Personally, just with the state that Southampton are in at the moment, I think it is going to take Ralph Hasenhüttl, whatever his name is, a few games to get used to the squad really, because if Sparky can't do much with it, then I don't think he will be able to until the January transfer window. So I am going to say, mind Cardiff City Stadium, a very tough place to come to. I'm going to say a 2-0 victory to the Bluebirds. Interesting. I did hear in some interview as well that Hasenhüttl is he's going to sort out the defence first, and then, like in his RB Leipzig days, it's all about pressing the opposition. So it'll be interesting to see how Southampton get on later on in the season.
was that?
Next up, we have two struggling sides, in my opinion. Man United versus Fulham. Now, this could be a deciding factor in Mourinho's career unless he doesn't get sacked tonight, which I don't think he will. I don't think Ed Woodward will sack him yet.
Don't know. If they suffer a heavy defeat, then
yeah,
it could be bye-bye, but we'll see.
But anyway, Fulham did beat Southampton a few weeks ago, but that was when Sparky Hughes was in charge and not doing anything. Claudio Ranieri is their manager. I don't think he's not really doing much at the moment. He hasn't really.
Well, he's got the one win and the one loss.
He has got the one win and the one loss, but I don't know. I think Man United are just going to have the upper hand, to be honest. I think it's going to be a close game, and I think it's going to be a 2-1 win to the Red Devils.
Yeah, I'm going to go for a similar scoreline. I can see Manchester United conceding in this game. You know, Fulham want to get at them at Old Trafford. However, Manchester United are going to be too strong for Fulham, and I'm going to go for a 3-1 victory. I think this evening against Arsenal, Pogba is on the bench, and Lukaku as well, so they're going to be chomping at the bit, wanting to get back in that team and prove themselves, really. But yeah, I've said 3-1. So next up, we've got West Ham against Crystal Palace. West Ham had a good victory midweek against Cardiff. Crystal Palace suffering defeat at the hands of Brighton, of course.
Heavy defeat.
Yeah, heavy defeat. Crystal Palace are going to want to bounce back in this one, but I can't see them getting any return against West Ham. I think West Ham are, you know, they do blow hot and cold sometimes, but at home, I think they're just going to overpower Crystal Palace, and I'm going to go for a 2-0 win for the Hammers.
Yeah, I think West Ham, they're really starting to build up form now. They've only lost one in the last 6 games, getting victories here and there. I think West Ham are going to absolutely demolish Crystal Palace, and I think it's going to be a 3-0 win to the Hammers.
Okay.
Next up, we have the Saturday night fixture between Chelsea and Man City down in London.
Afternoon, it's tea time, this one, isn't it?
Yes, tea time fixture. Well, Man City have won their last 7 matches, putting in amazing form. Not sure about the fitness of Aguero, though. Not good for the fantasy team, of course. Chelsea, they did lose heavily to Tottenham, in my opinion. And yeah, I think it's going to be a close game. Chelsea have some good form at Stamford Bridge, but I think Man City will just be too powerful, maybe sneaking a goal in at the end, and I think it's going to be a 3-2 victory.
Yeah, I agree. I think Manchester City are going to win this one, but Chelsea are going to make it very, very difficult for them. I think that Pep, after they conceded late against Watford on Tuesday evening in that 2-1 victory, that he's going to be wanting them to get back to bigger winning margins against a game, but whether they can do that against Chelsea at Stamford Bridge will remain to be seen, really. They're playing away as well, so I think the Chelsea crowd maybe are going to be up for this one. They don't usually get up at the moment. I'm not sure what's happened to them down in London, that Chelsea crowd, so but they should get behind their team in this one. But I think Manchester City, powerhouse at the moment, and I can only see a victory to the citizens, and I'm going for a 2-1 away victory. Okay, next up we've got Leicester versus Spurs. This is at 7:45 on a Saturday evening. I feel for the Spurs fans going all that way up to Leicester on an evening on a Saturday night as well. I think Leicester's going to be more than capable of getting a draw against Spurs in this one. Spurs are going to want to bounce back. They've got goals in them and everything. I think Trippier's still out injured, perhaps for this game, but you've got the battle of the England strikers, or the former England striker Vardy against the current England striker
and captain as well,
and Captain Kane as well. Maybe they'll both score, and I can see this one ending up in a draw, and I'm going for a 1-1.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a very close game. However, I think Spurs are going to sneak a goal in, maybe at the last minute, maybe in the 70th minute. I think this is going to be a 2-1 win to Spurs.
Okay.
Next up, we have an interesting game between Newcastle and Wolves. Newcastle United starting, I'd say, to build up form. They did lose last time out playing Everton tonight. Wolves just got in free fall at the moment. Haven't won in over 6 games. Lost last time out to Cardiff. The thing is, they don't have a plan B, in my opinion. Take out their win backs, they're finished. I think Newcastle, they have to be up for this one. Mind saying that, speaking to some Newcastle fans today, they're saying that this is the sort of game that they are prone to losing. Typical Newcastle as they say. But anyway, I think Newcastle will be able to win this one, and I think it's going to be a 2-1 victory.
2-1 victory. I'm actually going to agree with you on that scoreline as well. I'm going to go for a 2-1 victory to the Magpies. Wolves, dire form at the moment. Lost last week. Don't know how they're going to get on this evening against Chelsea. Probably I can only see a Chelsea victory there as well. So really, in the next fixtures coming up until Christmas, Wolves really need to start picking up some points. However, I can't see them doing anything in this one. I think Neves he must be banned for this. He must be for this evening, not the weekend. But I think Newcastle are going to get back to winning ways on Saturday if they don't win this evening against Everton or don't get anything. And I'm going to go, as we said before, 2-1. The final fixture of the weekend, which is on Monday evening, is between Everton and Watford. Everton, very good at home at the moment. I know that they lost last week narrowly against Liverpool when they could have easily got a draw. Watford, okay, last night they put up an okay showing against Manchester City, got that late goal, and there was a bit of nervousness, you could say, from Pep on that 2-1 scoreline going into those final minutes. However, I think Everton are going to carve out a narrow 2-1 victory, and that could push them up into 6th position.
I think this is going to be a really close game, to be honest. Both sides are going to want to be up for this. Javi Gracia is, after the form that Watford have been in recently, I think he's going to want them to be up for it. I think it's going to be close, and I think it's going to be 1-1.
1-1. Well, Silva, he's coming up against his former club, of course, isn't he? So, yes, okay. Anything you'd like to add? We know we've got the new manager down at Southampton now. Who do you think will be next? Do you think it's going to be Mourinho, good night, sweetheart, this evening?
I don't think he's going to go this evening.
No?
I think Ed Woodward is going to keep him until the end of the season. I've got a feeling. Right. Unless they drastically drop form and they fall below 10th, I reckon.
Okay.
If they fall actually below 12th, fall below 12th, and I think that he's going to get the sack.
Right. Okay.
Who do you think?
Possibly Mourinho. Apart from that, no one really. Maybe Sean Dyche, but he's done so much up there.
Yeah, he won't get sacked.
If they're rock bottom at Christmas and they've lost, say, 5 or 6 games on the trot, then maybe. But they've been down in the Championship with him before and they bounced back. So you never know. You never know. So that's it for another weekly prediction show. Hope you enjoyed it as usual. And as usual, I'm going to leave a template of these fixtures in the description. All you need to do is copy and paste them into your comment. And the highest scorer of the week will get a shout out in next week's video, along with the person who had the highest score in week 15 as well. All that's to come next week, of course. But for now, we'll bid you farewell. Thanks for watching as always, and we'll see you all in the next video.